Oh, hello. I'm back again. I hope you've been watching the other readings. If not, this is the first one. Hello, welcome. This is Tarot Lady in a Church Collective, and what I have here is basically I'm doing planet readings. So it's a little bit like zodiac readings, but it's really just focused on the planet. And so you can actually just take a look at your birth chart, see where this planet is in your chart. You can use it as synastry as well. So you can take a look at somebody else's planet and see how it aspects in your chart. We're doing, this is the lovely Venus. Lovely, lovely Venus. Everybody likes Venus readings because this is where all of the lovey-dovey stuff comes out. Venus is really our sensual energy. It's like the sensing. You know. Venus is kind of where we would... It's a fast-moving planet. And so it definitely goes to a place of having a lot of influence in the moment kind of thing, rather than having an overarching effect on who we are as people. I feel like because planets are moving at such a rate, and Venus is a fast-moving planet in a transit, in a birth chart, it's going to be something that kind of reflects like moment-to-moment kind of experiences. That's how I feel about Venus energy anyway. But take it as you will, however you see Venus energy. This is just a reading for Venus in the Tarot Lady in a Church Collective. Hope you enjoy. Let's see what we have for everybody. Well, there we go. We get 3 of discs and we get 8 of cups. Interesting. Very interesting. Somebody's been given some advice to leave something behind. And it's something, see, just when somebody leaves something behind, they leave something behind for someone else and also for themselves. So this doesn't necessarily mean relationship. It can be a moment-to-moment thing. Like I'm seeing something maybe a little bit about work, because I don't know, it's not very common for people to like base a decision to walk away from something on advice when it comes to a relationship. Usually there has to be some other feeling that's going on. So we'll see. As it lays right now, it seems as though it's really just more like something that would be like, this could even be the energy of selling a stock. Well, I don't know how I feel about this. It seems as though what is being left behind, it's being left behind in order to give an opportunity to that thing or that person. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm seeing this scenario that the advice is basically something, so I'm going to just speak from the perspective of a character. This is a character who's saying, it tears me apart to do this, but it's the right thing to do, Temperance. I'm giving them an opportunity to get out. I'm giving them an opportunity to get out, to leave, to get themselves out of a situation that they shouldn't be in. So I'm not exactly sure whose energy is whose in this reading. And I can tell you that the person who's leaving something from based on the advice of others is waiting to see something. They're kind of waiting. They're in a very sitting and waiting, wondering energy. They wonder. How do they wonder? Ace of Cups. They want to know how their Empress is doing. So this is, they want to know how their Empress, Ace of Cups is kind of like what fulfills them, and what fulfills them, collective, is you. So here we are. This is one of those kind of, this might even be a flame and twins reading. I don't know. I haven't seen any evidence of twins yet, but this would be something. I've got the power of threes here. I've got the waiting, I've got the advising, and I've got the Empress. It's almost as if they're trying really hard to meet you in a place. They look up to you, whoever this is who's walking away. They're walking away to give you the opportunity to do better for yourself or something like that, because they really see that, they really think highly of you. And they wonder how you're doing. Also, on the dark side of things, see this card, how the devil is pointing at the Empress. Also, they think it's all your fault. That's basically it. It's also all your fault. And there's the Moon card. It's something about they're waiting to look to see how you're doing, because they don't want to look at what they already know. They have to leave behind something. Maybe if this is you in the upright collective, this would be like you maybe have some kind of habits or, attachment styles or something like that. You're not really aware of how you do that thing. There's something that you do that they have to walk away from, that they can't be involved in. It could even be like addictions or something like that. But I'm really seeing something a little bit more, somebody who's been able to look away from the bad things. This might even just be an extreme expression. No relationship is perfect, and they can kind of like look away from the worst of things into the best of things and just wonder how you're doing. And they're waiting to see how you end up doing with this opportunity that they feel like they're giving you. So I don't really like that energy at all. I don't like the energy of someone feeling like they're giving you an opportunity to leave a relationship with them by leaving you, because it kind of speaks to them not having an understanding that you're an independent individual who has the capacity to making that decision for yourself if you want to. So I am a bit worried about that, kind of the logic that's going on here, and also a bit worried that that would be something that was done because of some advice that they've received. But I don't know all the stories, so it seems as though they're isolating. Why are they isolating? Also, they think it's all your fault. They're isolating themselves from the situation because they actually want to try again. They actually want someday down the road to be able to come back at things. We had this energy of healing from wounds in the sun reading. So this is kind of more of that. So there might be something of a similarity in the sun reading and the Venus reading here. So this is somebody who eventually wants to try again, or feels like this is a necessary step in order to try again with you. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Look at this. Who are these icy people? I see these people as icy. I did a reading about ice energy. That's in the Mercury reading. So, and it's really long, the Mercury reading. I tried to do a shorter Mercury reading. I tried to redo it shorter and I accidentally pressed stream instead of record. And so I was streaming for about half an hour and I didn't even know it. This is something that I feel like you know about this person. There's this couple. And I actually see this couple as like there's the person who's waiting and who wants to try again eventually. And in this Three of Discs, this advice situation, I'm seeing it as being these three people. It's almost as if they took the advice of two people, that it's important to walk away from the situation right now so that you can maintain your positive outlook on things. And you can look away from the bad things. And eventually down the road, you're going to be able to try again. But there's something about these people. There's like this understanding here in the collective that you might understand something about, especially this one, the Queen of Swords, this person. Queen of Cups. It's kind of striking me as family. Five of Wands. And Nine of Cups. Queen of Cups, Five of Wands, Nine of Cups. There's some kind of understanding. Eight of Wands sometimes means planning, and sometimes it means being able to understand. It's like just being able to like just kind of focus your attention on something because you know that that's where the attention needs to focus. And so it's like kind of, I understand what this is about. This is about, there's something about, there was a time or something when there was, okay, this Queen of Swords, you know, this might be another piece of advice that you witnessed at some point in time from this Queen of Swords. It could be like, you know, you've got to be independent from conflict to feel emotions. You have to be free of conflict to feel emotions properly. That emotions aren't felt right. There's some kind of an idea here that emotions can't be felt properly during conflict. And we have to step away from the situation in order to feel the things that we want to feel about them. That we shouldn't be influenced by others, kind of thing. Or even we shouldn't be influenced by our own internal conflicts in order to feel emotions. We wait until we've isolated ourselves from our whatever is kind of bothering us. And on this king side, there's this commitment issue. I'll draw two more cards for that to balance it out. Ten of Cups. And Ace of Wands. The advice that comes from the king is commitment has to be something that you want to do because you know it's going to make you happy. Or a commitment has to be something that you do that you want to do. Sorry, commitment has to be something you have to be happy with someone in order to want to make a commitment with somebody. And the indication that you don't want to commit sometimes is an indication that you're not happy. That's kind of the advice that's coming from the king. So there's these two pieces of advice, and there's this kind of knowledge that for some reason the queen is giving there's something here. The advice that the queen is giving. This could be a mother, father, but you know, like obviously there's many different configurations of asking for advice. And is there, yeah, I see. Okay, so it's kind of this understanding that of these people, I feel like these people are known to you. Of these people, it would be the queen who would recommend to be withholding. Like that the strategy in a relationship like this is to withhold. And then I feel like the king it would almost be like there's an understanding that the withholding, the walking away, it comes mostly from this advice, the idea that you have to be separated from the thing that causes you trouble in order to feel the feelings. There's something up with this, and I don't know what it is, and I've got way too many cards on the table, so I'm just going to clean it off. And there was the magician there, of course, it's just kind of like not really, it's more like, yeah, it's more like whatever makes you happy is the advice there. What is this advice? Okay. Here it is. All right. It's like you have to step away from conflict in order to feel emotions properly. Even if you have to be dishonest, you always have to do that. Even if you have to be dishonest. Here's the Empress. Even if you have to lie about it, you have to step away. You have to be independent about it. It's like proper. It's feeling things like a queen, like feeling them properly. And the King of Cups. Look at that. This king, if I'm looking at this like in one way, the king's kind of like, oh, what can you do about it? Yeah, no. What can you do? And it's kind of like, I think that what is understood here is that, okay, yes, seems like a pretty good piece of advice, but it's like, it's basically in the face of dishonesty, of being dishonest, they have to feel that on their own. And then in this defensiveness, yeah, you know what it is? Okay, so let me get this kind of going here. This is about you, collective. This person has been advised that they're just like, if they've been dishonest with you in some kind of way, it's almost like they have this kind of like a contradictory perspective. Like, it's like this dishonesty is like because they felt like they needed to do that in the time. Like, I needed to be dishonest. I needed to lie about something, or, you know, like I needed to lie that I don't want to, you know, this walking away we got, that they feel like they're giving you an opportunity to get out or something, and that eventually they'll try again, but they might not be telling you that they want to try again eventually. And it's like, it's kind of dishonest. It's kind of like, you know, because they want to be independent. It's actually because they want to be independent. And they want to be on their own. They don't want to be in the relationship anymore. That's what it is. But they'll tell you that it's because they want to give you something. Like, they want to give you the opportunity to get out. And it's like, no, like but anyway, this person's kind of like doing that. And then if there's like a challenge to that, or a dishonesty, and like if there's like this, if you were saying, okay, look it, I know you're saying that, but I don't believe it. I think that it's because you just want to be on your own. Their response to that is to kind of like, well, I'm going to feel my feelings about it. You're going to feel yours. What can you do? And it just kind of like, for some reason it doesn't line up, but you know, not everything is supposed to make sense. Prince of Swords, especially if you know that this person is watching you. Why are they watching you then? If you know that they're watching you, why are they watching you? If they want to be on their own, or if they want to, like, you know, kind of hold you at a distance and like keep you preserved kind of thing, so that they can try again, and then maybe they're not giving you any information. Maybe they're holding all the information, withholding the information. And it's kind of like, if it's that they just want to be on their own, then why are they watching you? And if it's that they're trying to make sure that they feel things properly, or it's like that things need to be proper, that there needs to be some kind of a, how proper is it to kind of like watch someone from a distance, Prince of Swords? How proper is that? If they're hurting and they're healing, and waiting until they're independent. The nines, the two nines are very important there. They're waiting until they're independent. It's basically they're waiting until they can provide all the things that the relationship provided for themselves. Like they basically want to find it themselves. They're putting themselves in the energy of being by themselves. Okay. And what are they actually putting their energy into is the idea here with the Five of Discs. I don't know. They're kind of putting themselves in a position with the Hangman here. A position of waiting for something. Until they're allocating their resources properly. And that you can see, wow, look at this. Okay, so they're basically, it's like the Three of Wands. I'm pulling way too many cards for this reading. It's almost as if like I'm dying for information, like just give me something. And so I'm just keep wanting to pull cards and cards and cards. I feel like I don't have information. It's all very confusing. Like this person, it's almost like they were silent and they didn't say why. And if they did say why, it's like, oh, it's because it's what's best for you. And it's like, no, well, I'll decide for myself what's best for me kind of thing. So you might be saying that or something. Like it might be kind of like suspicious. The Queen of Wands is also a watch. It's a wait and see. It's an observe. Let's see what happens here. And then we also have the Strength with the Sun. And Leo. It's basically that they put themselves in a situation. And they're in a situation. They put themselves in a situation where they have to wait. Maybe until the feelings have dissipated, until they're Queen of Discs. There's something like they're waiting. They're waiting until you're strong enough or something like that. I don't even know. I don't get this. I really don't. And I feel like, I don't know, I've maybe done a bit too much digging into this reading. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense what this person is doing. It's like almost as if they got bad advice. That's really what it feels like. Because it paints them into this like position where they can't approach you. Not unless they want to like totally tear things down. Like it's like it's the only way they, I have no idea. This is too much. I'm going to clear this out. Because it would tear things down if they were to approach you, but it also tears them down waiting. So basically they just followed advice that no matter what way they go, it tears them down. I don't understand. I'm drawing way too many cards. I'm going to ask for all right, give me something. Give me one or two or three cards that sums up this energy. What's going on here in a Venus reading? What can I say with a card, you know? That's the card that comes out. They're waiting. They're waiting for something, and I don't know if it doesn't make sense why they're doing that. And so we can get all these cards for the logic of why they're doing that, but it won't make sense. They're waiting for no reason. Is basically it. And as for you, the longer they wait, the longer they isolate themselves, the less likely it is that you're still going to be there when they get back. Because it's only a matter of time. Wheel of Fortune. It's only a matter of time before someone who's kind of left waiting themselves, you know, if they're waiting for something and they haven't told you what it is and you have no idea what they need or want from you, or they don't know themselves what they're waiting for, they're just sitting there waiting, then, and they're watching and you don't know why they're watching and they don't even know why they're watching. This might be a message actually for, what's that called? Cross-watching, when somebody's watching for someone else. So there might be somebody in the collective right now who's kind of like other person, their significant other or whoever they've separated from, who's kind of left or something. They might come and watch this one day. And this might be a message for them that the longer that you wait, the less likely it's going to be that they're going to be there when you get back. And if you're waiting until they leave to offer so that you can say, well, I was going to come and offer, but you were already gone. Well, as much as that might kind of feel, it's almost like somebody who wants to isolate themselves. I just, you know what? It's just, I don't want to give this person a hard time, but it's like they're setting themselves up to be isolated. Well, what can we say? Venus is always a fun surprise. I guess Venus is where all the drama is. I'm going to leave it there. And we'll see what happens, you know, in the other planets. Take care, of course, all the time, and especially right now. See you later.